All right, looks like we're live.
Great.
Awesome. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and get started. People can join us as they can. My name is Jamie Chavez. I'm the president and CEO of the Westminster Chamber. I'm joined today by Brett Popish and Bryan, who are the moderators of the Chamber Professional Development Book Club, which is called The Readers. And we're here today to talk about what we're going to be doing this month, which is a little bit different. So I'll hand it off to you two.
Yeah, so me and Bryan were texting back and forth prior to the last book club meeting, and we always do that, trying to figure out what book we're going to read. And, you know, for the last, 14 months, give or take, maybe longer, me and Bryan have come up with all the books. And this time we thought it'd be a little bit of a different thing, maybe to get some more people engaged, to do a reader's choice. So effectively, reader's choice is you pick your own book. Ideally, we'd like it to be some kind of business-related book, whatever that would be. But you pick your own book and then come to book club and sell us on why we should add it to the list, or sell us on why we should read it for the month of November. And the idea behind that is not only do we give people free rein to kind of choose whatever they want, but also it's a good way for us to get to know people a little bit better, to figure out, you know, if they have their choice, what type of book are they more drawn to, which really will help us in the future to determine what books we choose.
Yeah, I think it'll be great too. I think we talked about too, it's a way to just kind of spark conversation, because you never know. One of the things I appreciate the most about the book club is how everybody can read the same book and have different takeaways and things like that. So this is everybody's chance to just kind of come and talk about a book that maybe made a difference in their career or their life, or impacted them in a particular way. And so just in addition to just adding additional books to our future month's reading list, it's a way to get to know each other a little bit better and understand where people are coming from.
Yeah.
And I was telling you both before we went live here that I have not picked my book yet. So I'm going to be doing that probably today. So open to suggestions. But what about the two of you? Have you picked your books?
I've got a short list. I keep going back and forth. I've read a few really good ones lately. One of the things that I have kind of started to get a lot of value from is not necessarily business books, because there's a lot of those, and sometimes, like we were talking about at our last book club meeting, some of the concepts can get repetitive after a period of time. But sometimes I like to just look at somebody who lived like an extraordinary life, and then try to come up with takeaways from what their experience looked like, and how I can learn from it. So I've got a couple of those picked out. So we'll see.
Yep. Yeah. And I finished a book by Glenn Beck. I was kind of disappointed, honestly, in that book. I've read quite a few of his books, and most of them are really good. This one just seemed like it was, I don't know, kind of thrown together rather quickly. So we will certainly not be adding that one. And then right now I'm almost finished with Matthew McConaughey's new book. And I know we've talked about Green Lights before, which is a good autobiography. This one is a bit different. It's called Poems and Prayers, and it's just his poetry over the years. And there's a couple, if you like poetry, there's a couple really good ones in there. If you're not a fan of poetry, don't pick it up.
All right.
Nice. I was looking at one. I just finished History Matters by David McCullough. So he actually passed away last year or the year before. But it's a compilation of some of his works that was compiled by his daughter and his longtime editor. And it's not necessarily a business book, but it does speak to, sometimes, you watch the news and you feel like we're in unprecedented times, or it's worse than it's ever been. And you realize, as you look at history, we've made it through, companies, people, individuals have made it through, and we as a country have. So it's, that I found really inspiring. So that's one of the top, 2 or 3 that I'm considering.
That's interesting you say that, Bryan, because a lot of the more dystopian fiction books that I like reading, so Atlas, 1984, Brave New World, they were all written around that same time frame.
Yeah.
Kind of the late 30s to early 50s time frame. And yet they're all those books talk about kind of the same fears and whatnot that we have today. So it's like history's on a cycle, kind of like what you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just reading history like that reminds me every now and then not to get so discouraged and take a little bit longer view to some of the problems that we have today. I mean, right now, I sell technology in the construction industry. The tariffs have been a big thing for a long time, and if you read history and take a longer view on things, sometimes it helps you overcome that immediate panic.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, and as I mentioned, I have no idea what I'm going to read, so
so I can give you a laundry list of ideas offline if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd really like to read more about being a good manager. I think that would be a good thing for where I am right now. So if you've got anything in that vein, let me know.
Any John Maxwell book, honestly, not management so much as leadership. I think any John Maxwell book would probably help you.
Awesome. All right.
So
well, we are
looking for ideas. John Maxwell is a great author.
He's a good one. Yeah.
Well, we are meeting on October 28th at 4:00, same time and place as usual, Kokopelli Beer Company in that back room. It's a great space to meet. And maybe you guys can talk for just a minute on why somebody should come if they've never been to book club before.
Well, I think this one, honestly, will be really interesting because, like I say, we're going to get to know kind of what drives people or draws people to certain books based on what they read, because it's not an assignment this time, right? People are going to come, I'm hoping, a little more enthusiastic about what they read, why we should read it or why we should not read it, kind of like what I mentioned. And we can really get to know people on a deeper level, I think, based on that. So I'm hoping that, this time we'll have a good turnout and people can come and we can have a robust conversation. I will say, given that we're going to all be talking about a different book, I'd probably plan on a little bit longer this time, maybe, hour and a half ish, maybe 2 hours at the most. But we definitely want to give everybody time to kind of get through their thoughts and, have that robust conversation that we all look forward to.
Yeah, for sure. And the only thing I'd add to that is sometimes I'm an introvert. And so sometimes going into a new group that you haven't been to before is kind of intimidating. You think everybody knows each other. Since we're all picking our own book, you'll have a chance to share and, people will get to know you. You'll get to know other people. So it's just kind of a cool opportunity to do that you might not otherwise get if you're kind of coming in midstream. So,
yeah. And the cool thing about this one is that you don't even have to have a book read within the last month. It can be a book you read years ago and you could bring it to book club and very little effort there. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Anything else you guys want to say about this month or the book club in general?
I would just say book club in general. I mean, the more the merrier. For people that don't like reading necessarily, we have quite a few people that do audiobooks. Nothing wrong with that at all. But definitely come. We call it a book club, but it's really a personal growth club in the respect that, we dive into the books, but we really dissect different topics. Everybody gets an opportunity to voice their opinion on it, or kind of what they took from it. And we can really help each other get to know people on a much deeper level than just maybe a static networking event or happy hour. This is really an opportunity to get to know people at a much deeper level and build those stronger relationships that I think everybody's looking for in the business world. So,
yeah, I think the average American adult reads one book a year on average. So Brett mentioned we're on month 14, I think it is. So the people in this club are, 14 times the average American. So if you're looking for personal growth, that's a factor of 14. So
that's it.
Yeah. It's definitely one of my favorite things to just talk to people about the content and how they interpreted it and how they're going to apply it to their own situations. So I encourage everybody.
We have a lot of fun. I mean, let's face facts. I mean, we laugh, we joke, we don't cry yet, but I'm sure that'll happen at some point.
Just going to say we make fun of each other just a little.
Just a little bit.
I'll wait till I get out to the car to cry.
It's not surprising. Not surprising, Bryan.
There's probably a book about that.
Sorry,
all right. Well, thank you. Yeah. Thank you both for joining me today. And hopefully we had a bunch of people watching and we'll have some people replay. And I hope you all show up for book club again, October 28th, 4 p.m. Kokopelli Beer Company. You can get a beer, bring your book, and have a good chat. So we hope to see you then.
Awesome. Thank you.
So, thanks.
Bye, everybody. Have a good rest of your week.